This is problem 2.08 from Francois Tardieu's Backgammon Strategic Concepts book from Chapter 2, Should You Leave Your Advanced Anchor? We say we've established an advanced anchor when the two checkers that start on the 24 point have moved up or advanced to either the 22 point, or the 21 point, or the 20 point, or the 18 point. Securing an early advanced anchor is an asset which benefits our game in numerous ways. An advanced anchor enables us to play boldly because it makes it easier for us to escape our back checkers, and it makes it easier for us to re-enter from the bar if we get hit. An advanced anchor also reduces our opponent's choice of game plans because it minimizes our opponent's chances of blocking us in and weakens our opponent's chances of blitzing us. Finally, an advanced anchor forces our opponent to play more cautiously because it gives us better control over our opponent's outfield board, making it easier for us to hit our opponent's blots in their outfield. Securing an early advanced anchor is certainly an asset in the opening phase of the game, but we must know when to give it up. Several factors should influence our decision. We might want to leave the anchor if we're ahead in the race, or if we have the stronger innerboard or prime. We might want to leave our anchor if the threat of getting hit is low, or if the damage suffered from getting hit is minimal. If we're going to hurt our flexibility by staying back on our anchor, we might also want to run from our anchor. We must weigh all these factors in order to make our decision. As usual in backgammon, there are always exceptions. Here's the position. We're blue. We rolled a 5-4. Our home board is in the bottom right here. We've secured the 22-point anchor. We'll look at the two top moves and try to figure out which one is best. I'll give you my quick observations on each of the moves. We'll look at some of Tardieu's key points, as well as his expert analysis with feedback from XG. We'll look at Tardieu's summary. I modified the position at the end of the video, and I'll show you a couple of backgammon lessons on YouTube that I highly recommend. Marc Olson's Backgammon Pro Analysis video and Eshaghian's Backgammon Lesson number 2 video. Here's the first possible move, leaving our advanced anchor by moving 22 to 13 like this. This runs when we have the stronger prime, which is a good time to run. Our prime is from 4 to 9 with a gap here. White has a prime from 21 to 17 or 4 to 8. Adds another builder aiming at the 7 point, which is the point we want next. This does leave a vulnerable blot in White's home board. Second possible move is not to break our anchor, and instead move 2 down from the midpoint, 13-9 and 13-8, like this. We're adding 2 builders aiming at our home board. We still have our advanced anchor. However, this gives White freedom and control over the outfield. And it leaves our back checkers stranded. Also, making our bar point, the 7 point, is going to be very difficult after this move. Only 2-1 or double ones, or double twos. Factors to consider again, a recap. We should think about the race. If we're trailing in the race, or the race is even, we should probably stay and not break our back anchor. We should generally consider running from our advanced anchor only if we're leading the race. We should look at the strength of our inner board or prime compared to our opponent's inner board or prime. If we have the stronger inner board or prime, we might consider running. If our inner board or prime is weaker than our opponent's, we probably will stay on our back anchor. We should look at the threats, consider the damage of being hit and the potential damage suffered by possibly getting hit. If we're going to suffer minor damage, not that much, not too bad. If we get hit, we could probably possibly could run. We'll think about that. And if we would suffer major damage, maybe even losing the game if we get hit, then we will probably stay. We should look at the flexibility and distribution of both our board and the opponent's board. Generally, we should keep our anchor until our position begins to get rigid and inflexible. And if we look at our opponent's board, we see many strip points. We probably should stay, not give them any free gifts, give them a chance to weaken their board, maybe give us some shots by breaking one of their points. Let's compare the final positions of each of the two moves. Think about the factors influencing our decision. Here's the before and after of the play where we leave our advanced anchor, moving 22 to 13. Here's the before and after of the play where we bring 2 down from our midpoint and keep our back anchor. Again, compare the two final positions. Think of which one looks better to you. Make your decision, and let's see what Tardieu and XG have to say. For the play where we bring 2 down from the midpoint, 13-9, 13-8, like this, Tardieu says, after making this move, we're going to quickly run out of time. White has 2 spare checkers on their midpoint to play with, giving them more time and flexibility. On the other hand, we've already achieved our best possible position, and it can only deteriorate from here. Soon we'll have to play behind White's anchor and probably damage our prime structure, while White can still play in front of our anchor and keep control of the outfield. The resulting poor timing and inflexibility of this play make this an error. The top play, according to Tardieu and XG, is to run from the anchor 22 to 13 like this. This play takes advantage of our superior prime. It's not easy to leave an anchor with 3 attacking checkers stacked on the prime in front of us, but with a 5 prime in front of White's back checkers, there's not too much threat of White being able to carry out a successful blitz. Our strong prime will make it hard for White to attack our lone back checker while escaping our structure. 5-4 is an excellent roll, which will lets us run off our anchor as it gets exactly to the midpoint, and it's unlikely that we'll get such a good roll again. That's why this is the top rated move. Tardieu summary: when your opponent is stuck behind a solid prime, don't overestimate the strength of your opponent's blitzing game. They will be hindered by the need to escape their back checkers, while they're also trying to prime us in or blitz us. If I modify the position, I weaken our prime by moving 2 checkers from our 8 point to the 13 point and the 2 point, like this. Let's see what happens. When we move the 2 checkers from our 8 point to our 13 point and 2 point, like this, XG tells us that we should not break our anchor. I believe this tells us that having the stronger prime was a major factor in the original position. Losing that advantage, added to the other factors such as the tight race and the danger in being hit, make running from our anchor a mistake. I think I'm interpreting this correctly, but I might be missing something. Let me know if you agree or not, or if you have a question or a comment. All feedback is welcome. Check out this illuminating video lesson from Marc Olson, Backgammon Pro Analysis, Episode 2 with Marc versus Amir. It's one of my favorites. I'll put a link in the description for this video. It's on the Backgammon Galaxy YouTube channel. Also, check out Alex Eshaghian's Backgammon YouTube channel. He's got an excellent channel. Alex is a highly skilled player and an excellent teacher who has posted hundreds of invaluable videos covering many different aspects of backgammon. I just watched one of his lessons, which I found extremely helpful. This backgammon lesson example number 2. Along with his student, Alex analyzes a match using feedback from XG. And also, I'll put a link in the description.